last lecture, we did meaning, objectives, and components of the government budget, classification of receipts, revenue receipts, and capital receipts, and the classification of expenditure as revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. Now we are left with only one topic, that is measures of government deficit, where we have to do revenue, fiscal, and primary deficit along with their meaning. So before doing measures of government deficit, I want to discuss about the types of budget. So there are three types of budget. The first one is balanced budget. Balanced budget is the one where estimated revenue is equal to the estimated expenditure. Its merits are it keeps price rise under control, it restricts wasteful public expenditure, and its demerits are it does not promote economic growth and it does not solve the problem of unemployment in the economy. The second type of budget is surplus budget. It is the one where estimated revenue is greater than the estimated expenditure. Its merits are it reduces inflation. Inflation is a situation where money supply in the economy is very high, and surplus budget reduces the money supply in the economy as expenditure is less and revenue is more. So there is more money with the government rather than that in economy. So it helps in controlling the situation of inflation, and then it restricts freedom of action on the part of government as most of the resources are with government. Talking about its demerits, it is harmful in situation of depression, as in the situation of deflation or depression, money supply in the economy is less, and surplus budget worsen the situation even more as it reduces the money supply in the economy. And it is not suitable for underdeveloped nations, as for carrying developmental activities, expenditure should be high. And in case of surplus budget, expenditure is low as compared to the revenue. That's why it is not suitable for underdeveloped nations. The third type of budget is deficit budget. In case of deficit budget, estimated expenditure is more than the estimated revenue. Its merits are it increases economic growth because expenditure is high, so the developmental activities are also at a higher rate. That's why economic growth is more. More expenditure leads to more jobs, which in turn leads to more welfare of the economy. And it is desirable in situation of deflation, as in situation of deflation money supply in the economy is less and deficit budget is increasing the money supply in the economy. Talking about its demerits, it is not desired in inflation, as in the situation of inflation money supply is more and deficit budget is increasing the money supply even more, and it leads to wasteful expenditure on part of government. Now coming on to measures of budget deficit, we have revenue, fiscal, and primary deficit. Now deficit is very much clear to you. More estimated expenditure and less estimated revenue. Alright. So now to understand fiscal, revenue, and primary deficit will be very easy for you. Let's start with revenue deficit. So revenue deficit is a situation in which your revenue expenditure is more than the revenue receipt. Alright, you all know that revenue expenditures are those expenditures which neither create asset nor reduces liability, and revenue receipts are those receipts which neither create liability and nor reduces assets. So whenever your revenue expenditure are more than revenue receipt, then there is a situation of revenue deficit. In order to find revenue deficit, you have to subtract revenue expenditure from revenue receipt. Its implications are it shows this saving on government account because expenditure is more and revenue is less. And revenue deficit implies a repayment burden in future without the benefit arising from it, as expenditure is more than revenue, so there is repayment burden. And revenue deficit leads to inflationary situation in the economy. Even all the deficits lead to inflationary situations because expenditure is high, so money supply in the economy will automatically go up, which will result in inflation. And high revenue deficit gives a warning to the government either to cut its expenditure or increase its tax and non-tax revenue in order to solve this problem of revenue deficit. Now coming to the second type of deficit, we have fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit is same as borrowing, as it is the excess of total expenditure, both revenue, expenditure and capital expenditure over total receipt. That is both revenue receipt and capital receipt excluding borrowing. So when your total expenditure is greater than your total receipt excluding borrowing, then that will be the situation of fiscal deficit. So fiscal deficit is just equal to borrowings. So if in a question you will be given with various things including borrowing and you have to find fiscal deficit, then instead of going into details, you can just write fiscal deficit equivalent to borrowing. Alright. Now, in order to find fiscal deficit, you have to subtract total expenditure from total receipt excluding borrowings. Implications of fiscal deficit are it causes inflation because money supply in the economy is higher, and it increases foreign dependence because we are doing borrowing. Fiscal deficit is borrowings, so it is increasing the foreign dependence for the future generation. And it accumulates financial burden for future generation, and it may lead to debt trap. Why? Because it increases the liability of the government in the form of repayment of loan along with the interest. Fiscal deficit does not increases developmental expenditure much because a part of it is used in interest payment. Now coming to the third type of deficit, it is primary deficit. Primary deficit refers to the difference between fiscal deficit of the current year and interest payment on the previous borrowings. So in order to find fiscal deficit, you have to subtract fiscal deficit from interest payment of previous years. Its implications are it indicates borrowing required by the government to meet fiscal deficit excluding the interest payment, and primary deficit shows the real burden of government finances as it does not include the interest burden on loans taken in the past, and high primary deficit indicates fiscal irresponsibility of the government. Please remember all these measures of government deficit along with their implications because they are asked a lot many times in the examination as 3 markers. Now coming to the methods to correct fiscal deficit, we have 2 methods. Government expenditure should be reduced. So if expenditure will be reduced, then automatically deficit will be corrected. And government should cut the revenue expenditure and raise the revenue receipt through taxation and disinvestment. So if the government will increase the receipt, okay, and it will reduce the expenditure, then automatically the situation of fiscal deficit and other deficit also will be corrected. Now let's talk about one more thing, that is deficit financing. So it is printing of new currency and notes to finance deficit. It is a practice in which government spends more money, okay, than it receives as revenue. So there is a situation of deficit, okay, and in order to finance that deficit, the government make up this difference by printing new notes, okay, by borrowing or by minting new funds, which means that this deficit is financed by printing of new currency notes, and this practice is termed as deficit financing.
So that's all for today, students. Thank you and have a nice day.